Hopefully we're streaming. Hey, I think we're there. Perfect. Right, let's look at some decks. Welcome, Deadly B. Dark Slowbro, hello. Is this alright? This seems good. Yeah. It's the other guy. Joe's way more handsome today. I'm blushing already. I realise I don't have a drink. Whoops. Right. Let's start with some Greninja. I'm on a 7-win streak, so let's make it 8. Where is Joe? Joe's ill, unfortunately, so I've taken some precious time out of my revision to stream for you guys today. Zoro Ninja, we will not be playing any Zoro Ninja tonight. What better way to end the win streak? Maybe. Since I've got a Guardi. Excited for Greninja GX? Oh yeah. You can help me revise? I would love that. I am not feeling too good for this exam at the moment. But I've still got a few days. Oops. So the plan today is play some games, look at some Sun and Moon 5 cards because the set's officially out now, or it pretty much has all been leaked as of today. So we're gonna look at some of that stuff, and yeah, just have some games in general. I'm not going to any cups this weekend because I've got an exam on Monday, so I'm going to be revising all weekend. So it's more Leipzig testing than anything. Be technical, I have a maths degree. It's a vector calculus exam, so it's not it's not the hardest thing I'm taking this year, but some of the concepts are still a little bit sketchy to me. But I think I'm getting there now. I don't think I want to Sycamore away a load of supporters this turn. I don't think we're in any rush to find another basic. It's unlikely that he knocks us out, I think. Considering he didn't attach an energy. We are ending him, but he needs maybe we should just do it. We could bench the Finny actually. Yeah, let's bench the Finny and N. That's fine. Oh no. Joe's here. Joe is not under the bed, unfortunately. He's bailed. I thought he might be on Skype, but I think he's probably going to have the night off. Glad I didn't Sycamore because there's only one. There was only one other break there. What else is missing? Nothing too detrimental. Jeez, the chat is going off today. I can't keep up. Yeah. What's under the bed, Jack? It's a shipment of pre-release stuff. Unfortunately, it is not. Well, not unfortunately, but still. You have an exam this week as well. Rip pre-releases, yeah. Zoro Frogs, no, this is just normal Froggos. Sylvada GX reprinting Ultra Prism. I want to do an Ultra Prism set list sometime soon, actually, because now we've got a few cards. We have a decent outlook of what's likely to be in the set. So now, do we want to N away his beacon and take the risk of not finding a Froggo? Or do we want to Skylar and guarantee the Froggo? I think if we Skylar and guarantee the Froggo, we're in a pretty good spot. He's not canding anything up, which is also good. I'm not playing SB on in this build. So we need to be living long. So because of that, I think I'm just going to guarantee it with Skylar. I don't want to risk anything stupid. Yeah. It's unfortunate there's not a splash on the active, but it looks like he's maybe not developing too much potentially next turn. He needs 2 energy plus a Guardian in his hand, or I guess he needs to support here. I guess he has access to a support as well, but I don't feel too bad. Plus it opens up a space to be able to get a Staryu down as well. Tablemon's hosting us. Cheers, Tablemon. Lucario Frogs. Oh boy. An exam tomorrow. Guess you start learning tomorrow. You're crazy. Joe's been upgraded this stream. Hope to see OmniCat today. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed cats in my uni house. I would love a cat to appear. One of my friends brought 2 huskies around yesterday, or the day before, and they were adorable. They were about the size of me. They were just running around my room all day. This is one of the best ways to deal with Greninja. Aggro Gallade. Definitely making the right play here, because it can one-shot your Greninjas before they become breaks. Cosmo is in the set. We'll probably get at least 1 Solgaleo. I don't think we'll get the Solgaleo that we'll want, but still. 4 Talonflame and 1 Froakie. That's crazy. Do I want to attach this yet? We haven't developed Starmie yet, but we can develop Staryu. Might as well attach it. Or I might the thing is, I kind of want to splash, I think. Okay, I can attack next turn. I can attack this turn, even if I don't hit it. So I think I'm fine to not attach. But potentially we could get a splash energy in. That's the one I want to attack with if we can get a splash energy. So I think because we already have an energy on the board, it's fine. Oh. Greninja hands. Okay. Okay. Is it bubble prey time? I think it might be bubble prey time. I don't want to splash a Froakie because we want to be splashing Greninjas. We can at least enhanced hammer, which is good. And then we're just going to have to bubble prey, I think. I definitely want this guy getting knocked out rather than any of my Frogadiers. Evening, Seb. How did I get on in Loughborough? I made top 8 in Loughborough. Unfortunately, I screwed up my list because I'm a bit of a beetle, which meant I had a game loss going into what is it? Top 8. I played Quad Sylveon. Game 2 technically I won, but game 3 I got donked. So because there was a donk plus a game loss, I unfortunately lost in top 8 to what I think it was against Seb in chat. To what I think personally is a favourable matchup for me. But unfortunately, I should have been more careful with my list. So it's on me. I'd rather it happen now than at regionals. And I got a lot of good testing in with Sylveon, so it wasn't great, but it wasn't awful. Definitely could have had worse happen. We're still alive, which is great. We have a Greninja and a Splash Energy, which is great. And we have an N to NOA's Premonition, which is also great. And we have another Greninja, which is great. And we have a third Greninja. Okay, we have 3 Greninjas, which means we can potentially develop 2 breaks next turn. And that's where we start to swing things into our control. We could also get Staryu. What do I care more about? I probably care more about Staryu. But we don't need the Staryu until we've got the break. So I'm going to get the second... at the moment he can still Guzma... He needs Guzma Energy or Guzma DCE, or Guzma 2 Energy, sorry. He's already used 1 Guzma, right? 2 Guzmas, okay. I don't mind not developing a Starmie yet then, because we have a second Staryu in deck. And I just want to guarantee that we've got a couple of Greninjas to start evolving up next turn, if possible. So, we're going to do this. It's unfortunate that we can't get our Frog back to start evolving this guy. Looks like we're going to have to discard a Greninja next turn if we do get knocked out, but still. And yeah, we can Shadow Stitching, so that forced him to find... it would have forced him to find DCE, I guess, but I think Shadow Stitching here is fine anyway. Why not Zoro Ninja? Because I think Greninja is better, and I prefer playing Greninja. I haven't tested Zoro Ninja much at all. I've had like one game with it, I think, maybe, if that. But I just like Greninja in general, so I don't need extra cards to make me play Ninja. I'm just going to play Ninja anyway. Hi everyone, weird question. Running Generations Mew as a tech of some sort. I'm not sure which deck's been using Generations Mew. Have I convinced Joe to play Sylveon yet? I don't know. Well, I know I haven't, but I don't know whether that necessarily means he won't. Oh boy, that's really good. Do we want to sacrifice a choice band here? I don't mind sacrificing a choice band here. I'm gonna get Assault Vest. Okay, we can just sack off both because choice band is still pretty good. Plus Field Blow to get rid of this beetle of a tool is still fine, so I think it's fine. I don't want to get rid of Brooklet Hill. It means we can thin our deck of another Brooklet Hill next turn, potentially if we draw into one. But I think I want to hold it for now. I think having it on the board is fine for now. Jack Lee doesn't want to win at Leipzig. I don't want to do badly, but I'm not going with the mindset that I'm going to win. I'd like to make top 64 is the ideal position I'll be in. Because top 64 is good and gets me points, I think, right? So we only have one break anyway, so we can just get a Starmie. We have one break prize, sorry, so we can just get a Starmie here, and we can start pinging off some things. Do we want to knock out this Gallade, or do we want to start setting up the Guardies? I don't think we want to knock out the... we're doing 160. I think if we can... Yeah, I think we do want to knock out the Gallade. Okay, that's good. Cool! Is Jack doing a Zoropod Gauntlet like he said he would? When did I say this? Wait, what? Wait, you ain't Ginger. Oh, we got a pack as well. Pack hype already. And a Shaman. My lucky day. Joe won't play Sylveon. I don't think... Well, Joe said he won't play Sylveon, but I haven't been trying to persuade him to play Sylveon. So, I don't feel bad that I haven't persuaded him. But we'll see. Aren't you guys doing a gauntlet? We might do one next week. Potentially. It might just be more testing in general next week. I don't really know. But we're not doing a gauntlet today. Cool, guys. Middle deck. Top 60. Really? Top 64 got packs in Turin? That's cool. Oh, is Joe doing a Zoropod Gauntlet? He's not today because I don't have... I might have Zoropod built, but I don't think he's playing / well enough to / it wasn't planned, so I don't have 9 decks. I have about 4 decks built at the moment, but still. Luke will be on in a sec. Excellent. Wishy-Washy Walls is a worse Sylveon. Oh, I like Sylveon. I like the proactiveness of Sylveon, or the decision making of Sylveon. Luke on stream, he's hot. Luke will be here soon, I imagine. I need to open Skype if Luke's going in. Is it this one? Sure, it might be this one. Let me just minimise that. Alpha box. Okay, interesting. I see a Wimpod, which spells trouble usually. I see a second Wimpod. Probably a second Wimpod. Yeah. So I think I'm going to Ultra Ball away, Sycamore, and N. Attach the... Oh, he's going to end me anyway. Can we see mine / Joe's Sylveon list? Joe may be happy sharing his. I'm going to hold on to mine for now, just because it's like #1 pick for me. And Sylveon's a deck where if you know all of the techs it's playing, it's much easier to play around them. So I'm going to keep my Sylveon list to myself for now. But if it turns out I'm not playing it, I'll put it on some kind of social media, I imagine. Punished by Guzma. If we just get the 1 and don't N. I think we've got an N anyway. Just try and get a second basic. I think we discard a Water and a Choice Band. Choice Band's really good in this matchup, but I think... what does Choice Band help with? 170. We can never get a knockout with Choice Band without while Shadow Stitching as well. But I suppose we might not be Shadow Stitching. So 70, 140, 120. Alright, let's get rid of the Choice Band. I don't want to... No, that was my initial thought, so let's just do it. 1 Greninja prized. Starmie is prized. Ouch. 1 Sycamore prized. 1 Water prized. Okay, nothing too bad. I think you should play Mr. Mime, Mewtwo and Zoropod. I think Joe just answered. I think he said Mewtwo for sure. Mewtwo seems quite good right now. It's likely he has Guzma anyway. Benching this is good. How do we want to deal with this? We don't want him taking the knockout on the Staryu because we know Starmie's prized, so it's not too bad. So we're punished by Guzma here because that knocks this out. We're punished by Guzma anyway if we retreat. But we're more punished if he doesn't have Guzma but attach retreats. So we should leave this here, I think. He's probably got 2 pods if he's evolving that one. He does indeed. Floaty Estonius. As long as he doesn't have a Guzma, I think we're doing not too bad. Runs an Espeon. That could be annoying. Frogs. Yeah, I'm going to have a couple of games with Frogs tonight. I'm kind of feeling okay about what I want to play, but I'm also kind of not sold on what I want to play yet, so I'm still a little bit up in the air. E-Hammer is exactly what I wanted to top deck, because it means he can't armor press us next turn. Discarding another energy, knowing that we have Starmie prize is risky, but we can't discard the second Choice Band, I don't think. I think we need it more, so we just have to pray we can find that. I'm not going to Sycamore because once his deck spanks you, can we kindly move on? Yeah, we'll probably move on after this. I'm testing a couple of things tonight. I'm testing this. I'm testing Quad Zoro. I'm testing... what's the other deck I've got built? Buzzole Lycanroc as well. So next time we can Choice Band Sycamore into hopefully multiple dudes. Multiple Greninjas. What happened to Guardy? Guardy... I haven't played Guardy for about a month and a half. Seems a lot worse with all this Lycanroc going around. Can we see the Quad Zoro list? Yeah, I'll be playing that today. What's the idea of that? Zoroark is a good card. Baby Zoroark is a good card. Zoroark Break is a good card. Everything else is good cards. So let's just copy their attacks. It won your cup. It did win my cup, Benji, but it also, I don't know. I haven't completely written it off, but I haven't played it in a long time, and the thing I felt when I was playing the deck before was I really knew how to negotiate matchups. Like you just said, there's way less mirrors now, but I actually didn't mind the mirror at all, just because I actually felt confident in the mirror. So I don't know. Yes, I agree with you that there's less mirrors and therefore there's more inclination to play it, but also like I don't know. I still don't necessarily think that's always a good thing. Focus Zorro pod. Did you catch any of Ross's stream last night? I haven't had time to watch anything really lately. Oh dear. Ace of Roller is not ideal, but could be worse. We're definitely not ending him here. I really do want to start hitting. Really do want to start hitting energy and breaks and stuff though. So we are going to Sycamore here, even though we're getting rid of the second E hammer. Or do we just slow roll this? No, I don't think. I feel like if this deck gets set up, they probably win. I'm going to shuffle this in because I want access to Lele. Oh, do I want to slow roll this? No, we've got to try and capitalise on this, I think. Didn't hit any breaks, which is sad. Can Brooklet and get the Starmie out, but I don't think we want the Starmie out yet. So I think I'm going to hold the Brooklet. Plus I want to bounce any parallels and stuff like that he plays. At end for next turn. I'm just going to carry on stitching. Is Jack typing as well? No, I'm not typing. Don't play Greninja to avoid disappointment. Greninja's always got a special place in my heart. At least blow the float. Did I not do that? Oh, I'm so bad. Okay, yeah. I definitely meant to blow the float. Whoops. Thoughts on Guard Jump for Sun and Moon 5? I'm going to look at all of the Sun and Moon 5 stuff later on because it's all pretty interesting. There's a lot of alternate type reprints that I think are actually really, really like potentially game changing. I don't want to end him because he's clearly got nothing at all. So I think I'm just going to carry on stitching. He needs 2 energy. No, he needs to find an energy. But we have. I think I'm fine just stitching here. We will eventually win this game. I think this is a pretty bad matchup anyway. We also set this up for the break. Next turn we could potentially break, knock out, and then hit something else for 40 with stitching. So Garchomp Reaper is awesome. The Garchomp reprint I think is one of the more interesting reprints. There's some that kind of don't change anything at all, but there's also some that I think really potentially change a lot. That's what we wanted. So we take 2 prizes here. We've taken 2 prizes here, so I definitely should have Brookletted out the Staryu last turn. Should have seen that 1 turn ahead. Shuriken this. Oh, I have to do this first. Why doesn't it just know? It should just know. Yeah, the Garchomp reprint is really interesting. I don't know whether it necessarily makes the deck better, because I don't know whether the deck is bad anyway. I think the deck's pretty good anyway. So therefore it may not be better because it's now got... Well, I think the deck's definitely better now it's a fighting type, but I don't think the deck was bad before, if that makes sense. Shuriken here takes us to 110. Second Shuriken, kind of awkward since we've prized an energy, so we've only got one left. I think I still want to Shuriken the active. Means we're going to be able to Moonlight Slash next turn for another 2 prizes, then we're only going to have 2 prizes to take. And I think we can do that pretty efficiently a lot of the time. Especially with 3 breaks. Oh, we evolved this turn. Okay, 4 Greninjas is still pretty good. Join our Discord server. Join our Discord server, guys. Have stuff, have things, have shadow stitching. You can now attach a strong and do 250 with Chomp. Article was never wrong. Ben knew all along. Ben predicted the meta. It's really good. It just is really good. But I don't necessarily think the deck's bad anyway. I thought it was quite likely that we saw a fighting type reprint anyway, I must admit. But I'm glad we have, because I think the deck on the whole is probably going to be mid tier 2 at least. All of these 70 HP dudes, so annoying. Sycamore. Had a DCE. This Miraculous Shining me would have been annoying over the past few turns. Oh boy. Wait, why didn't he get rid of this splash? Surely he should have got rid of that splash. Is that just me? Or wait, what? I guess it means I can't. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. I don't follow. We're still in a pretty bad spot, I must admit. But he used 1 N, 1 Acer Roller, 1 Sycamore. Hmm. 6100. I don't think there's any point in Shurikening here because he's just going to Acer Roller it away. So we've got to wait for a turn that we can double Shuriken this. We double Shuriken this, we get the Starmie back, we win the game. So we just stitch. We hold the Field Blower for Garbodor purposes. Jack is excited for Greninja GX. That card actively doesn't need to be that horrible for it to see play. I think I can start Moonlight Slashing now. Still missing DC, needs float. 1, 2, 3 float gone. I think I just start Moonlight Slashing now. Oh, this Starmie being prized is so annoying. We bounce the energy back to hand, so it's fine. Say 70. Yeah, I shouldn't have stitched there. Hmm, 60. Scoop, yeah. Oh, that's a card at least. Do I ever win this game through bubble? 6140. So I lose next turn. So do I need to can't have a bubble him because he just ace of rollers. So I think I do evolve this. Do I need to Feeny him away here? If I Feeny him away, he just knocks me out with this. With Garb. Yeah. So I have to Feeny him away and hope he doesn't have energy. Then hit my Super Rod. I could guarantee hit the Super Rod and put 3 waters in the deck. Put 3 waters in the deck. That draws me 1, 2, 3. That's 60. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just put the 3 waters in the deck. We know we're drawing a water then. I don't need 3 bricks. Rainbow Energy or Floatstone on Garb pretty much wins in this game. I really need a drink. For the top decks. It's easy to backseat play than it is to stream Kappa. It is. It's not the easiest thing to stream. He definitely should have armor pressed there, right? We can't knock him out because we don't have band. don't want to go all in on this. I don't think we can go all in on this. So I think we have to go here. Moonlight Slash for 60, that puts him up to 100. So the next turn, we knock this out with our top deck with this one. We retreat into this one. We draw Starmie off the prizes, we evolve, we get 2 energy, we attach, we do another 60, and then we do, yeah, excellent. Okay, so he had Ace of Roller either way, so... I haven't played Greninja in a long time, that is true. $80, $80, $60 still means we lose. So we have to do this turn. One of those. What do we have left? If we do 60 there, he just Ace of Rollers that one. So, oh no, I didn't have to rescue Stretcher this turn. I can rescue Stretcher next turn. I should have rescued Stretcher next turn because then I guarantee the knockout on the bench. And then I rescue Stretcher and everything's better. Don't have DCE. Doesn't have DCE. Oh. Okay. So now I need to top deck energy to win this game. Not to win this game, to be in a chance with this game. Guzma also wins in the game. Floatstone also wins in the game. Enemy himself to 1, enemy to 4. We're hitting energy, so that keeps the cycle going. He now wins the game when he promotes that. So we now have to take the knockout on the bench. Which we can't do this turn, we need to wait until we can... We need to wait until we can hit our second energy. Let's maximize the chance we hit it next turn. If we hit it next turn, we just double snipe this. We get Starmie back. We still need to hit Starmie off the prizes. This all depends on us hitting Starmie off the prizes. I don't think we need to stay in the active. That's a follow. Unirikami is now following. Welcome to the team. Thank you for the follow. So now we have to... Okay, we didn't hit energy. So now we didn't hit energy. We need to... snipe the bench and pass. We need to... I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that next turn. Because now we can N us out of game. N us into death. Move it slightly to the left. That can be done. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me finish this game. 50% chance. Da 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 da. So, provided we hit Starmie, or our last energy, we win next turn, as long as he doesn't win. So 2 of our prizes win us the game next turn. Is there any justice in the world? No. Bad player never punished. Yes, there's your justice. There's your justice. Ah. There is your justice. Okay, right, let me move this screen over. Let me do this first. No, not that one. Hopefully that shows. Right. Big Beetle. I think that means Luke's probably alive. Luke, where are you? Luke Kirkham is online. Let's call this man. Hello?
Hello.
Okay, you are.
Hello.
Cool.
Can you hear me all right? I've got a new headset on, so I'm not sure.
I can. You sound
Good.
nice and clear. Look at that.
Amazing.
Right, someone wanted to see this Zoroark list. Let's go to the deck manager. Let's move this out the way. How does it Skype to make steel drum sounds? It changed. It never used to do that, but it changed when I moved to Windows 10.
The wrong move.
The wrong move. So yeah, this is the Quad Zoro list. Luke's list is slightly different to mine. I need to change things about this. What do I need to change? You're a nutter and you changed some cards.
Yeah.
You have 0 wins with Greninja? I have plenty of wins with Greninja. I have 0 wins with that list.
I have 0 wins with Greninja because I've never played it.
We have puzzles now. Joe's told me... What? Hold on a minute.
Maybe.
Right, I wanted to try this in here. Do I own one of these? Yes, I do. What did I want to take out? One of those.
I discovered earlier online I own 9 MUEX.
You own 9? I own 5 to be fair. I don't know
9.
why I own 5, but...
Absolute madness.
Good card.
It's not too bad, is it?
Ramzarua. Oh, everyone's pointed out. Yeah, Moonless Madness is a good attack. Much like Bubble, it can bail you out of weird situations.
It's good against Sylveon as well, unless you draw like Jack does.
It's good against everything. I think Confusion's so underrated. Started Coco, didn't start Bridget. Whoops.
You have a good deck.
Hmm. Fighting. Muex, yes, very good. Oh, this was in the... Interesting. How many, Bridget? 2 or 3? 2? 2.
2.
2. Definitely 2.
You've got TC in your open hand.
Yeah.
Glorious.
Wonderful
Just need a
news.
budget.
Oh, he's got one. Actually, he's probably not playing Bridget. He's probably playing...
Will show me indeed. I will be at Cardiff on Saturday.
What are you playing?
No idea yet.
Classic Kirk.
I might go to the old spice shop if I can cook something up.
I think there's a certain pink reindeer that hasn't seen play from your binder in a little while.
It hasn't, has it? It's been sat there dormant for quite a while.
Just waiting to do something.
Yeah, it's waiting for a good day. Come out and say hello. That's a good.
It's a good old hand, isn't it?
That's a good end.
Good old hand. Let's just get 3 Zeruas out.
Why not?
One of those prized. One of those prized. One of those prized. One of those prized. Okay. Let's get flipping. Yes. Could have potentially got a Latios there. And 30-30, but nothing that's too much. Plus setting up the Lele is good.
Yeah. Setting up the like him up when it inevitably comes out is pretty good as well.
Yeah.
180 is a much more achievable number.
Lele? That's just rude. Could DC GX us here, but no, it's not even DC. You could Energy GX us here. If you Energy GXs us, I think we're fine because we have access to Baby Zorro. $90, $100, $120, $140. What list is it? Just straight Zorro. Yeah, straight Zoroark. With. Or you can hit all 4 of your elixirs in one turn, friend. What's that about?
He's going for it.
He's going for it. I think that's fine, because that means it's not... Actually, this is probably the best turn for him to use it, thinking about it. Oh, he gave us an extra bench Pokemon. What a kind sir. So now we're doing 120, 130, 150, 70. So we need choice band, ideally. I'm playing 4, but weirder things have happened. I think I'm going to need all 4 Zoro out this game.
Yeah.
Do I just go straight for the stand-in, or do I go for Tradesworthy? What's his board like? I don't think I mind trading here and missing the knockout, because we always have Guzman later on in the game, and his bench is going to be full for the rest of the game, so I think trade is better here. I can always flying flip if I don't hit the nuts. Flying flipping for 40 is still good. Just don't draw 2 bad cards. Exactly. Trade away the N. Gimme, gimme. Okay. He just knocks us out with the second attack next turn, so we should just flying flip. Not going to commit the energy to the Zoro GX, because he's just going to... He has access to Guzman knocking it out anyway. 170, 160.
Yeah, just hold on to him for now.
This is what
Soften things up.
keep spinning. That being said, he does have 2 prizes left. However, N is a card. Hello there. This runs a rod, right? So this is fine to do. I need a baby.
He's giving you the option to that full bench.
Yes, he has. Oh no, I wish I hadn't attached. Very good. If I hadn't attached, I could have knocked this out this turn. That's annoying. 150, 180, 190. Gah.
I found a lot more parallel city cropping up at the moment.
Someone did an article on it a couple of days ago. So maybe people saw it. We have Mew now, so I don't mind getting rid of Latios. Plus Baby Zoro's knocking this out next turn anyway. Wish I hadn't attached there. That was so bad. Use my energy. Floatstone, Lycanroc, energy.
He's got it all.
Floatstone, energy. KO.
Things
Now
are
we
happening.
just lose. Ending him is pointless, plus we have the Ace of Roller to bounce this Lele next turn. I need to get rid of this Brooklet Hill though, so I have to end him here. Wait, I can't even get rid of the Brooklet. Oh yeah, I can. I can. I have to blow a hill. I can't blow a hill, but I can bounce hill with
Stadium.
Stadium. Or not. Trade away the Bridget. Or not. Trade away the baby. Or not. So now I have to hope Regirock is his last prize. Very good. Very good.
Under control.
Regirock's that last prize, it's fine. That was a stadium. Double puzzle. Yeah, if we have puzzles in there, God, if only someone had suggested it. Da 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 da. We're going again. Not hitting stadium there. I mean, he had to find his own stadium. Whoops, did I cancel that? Whoops. I think he'd been through 2. Interesting. I'll probably take a look at some of the new cards after this. Oh, it's James. Hello, James.
Sneaky pair up.
Have the Lele again, which is good. He's playing Zoropod. So you've got to remember we can look out the pod with baby Zoro is one of the main things.
You got this. And yes, my passport arrived today. Hurrah.
Da, 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 da.
Craziness. So we're all good for Leipzig, apart from I haven't bought a ticket to the venue. But other than that, we're all good.
Oh, I'm so cold in this room.
Put the heating on.
Pop the heating on, fella.
Pop it on.
Venue's full. Rip Luke. Da 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 da.
It's not. I'll be fuming.
I mean, maybe buy a ticket.
Yeah, I've reserved a spot for the event.
You ask for it.
How many field players does Zorro Rock play?
Whoa, he's got. How is it play? I don't know. Not copious amounts, but not none, I don't think. One, I would imagine, is probably one. Do we go all in here? I like the sound of going all in.
Do it. Why not?
No, I need a lot.
I didn't lose a game at London. It was great. Yeah, probably a good idea. We're getting there. We've got a passport. We've registered for the event. We just need to buy a ticket to the venue.
Why haven't these things already been done?
It's been an expensive couple of weeks.
Yeah.
People getting married after Christmas. Outrageous behaviour.
What clown would do that?
Outrageous.
We have a lot. Oh, I don't play special charge.
That was a mistake. No special charge. What a clown.
Do I want second Zoroark?
You always want a second Zoroark.
I think 2 trades is fine. Beat down.
Some brutal beats. It's a mirror match. What's on his bench? I can't see.
He's playing Zoropod, I think.
Okay.
Urban Taco time, welcome. Laura, welcome.
You never welcome Laura.
Welcome everyone, Luke. He's through one puzzle, one hammer, one energy. He doesn't know we have 40 million energy in our hand. It's fine.
Nah. We'll be none the wiser.
Got no idea. Oh, he's trading away. Max potions, very good. Very good.
You've been beadled.
60.
Looks like the mirror match, but he has max potion.
Nah, he's definitely got grass in his Unis deck. Oh, literally so many cards are out here. There's 4 Choice Band and 3 Stadium in the deck. And 2 Kukui.
Riffing it all.
That's 9. No, missed them all. God damn it. So there's 3 Stadium, 2 Kukui, 3 Choice Bands. So 1 Choice Band's prize. So a third of my deck was out there. I still missed it.
That's a bit of a beetle.
Just beating again. These pokes are so irrelevant because they're just Aether Rollers and Max Potions and all that stuff. Still didn't hit any of them. What is this? Clownery.
Did you forget to put them in the deck?
No, I searched the deck. There was 8 outs.
Oh dear.
Ended to none of them.
There's a lot more parallel popping up. Jeez. Every deck I've played so far has got parallel in.
Oh, there's the double puzzle. See you later, Deadly B. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, there's the double puzzle for Puzzle E Hammer. Oh, there's the double puzzle again. Oh.
It's done your ear.
Max Potion, Acer Roller, very good. Oh, if we'd got that knockout last turn. So annoying. Like what? If I don't hit that knockout, what am I meant to do? I still didn't hit it. What the friggity frag?
Fudge.
Still didn't hit it. This is...
What is going on?
Cardiff. No, I've got exams on Monday, mate, unfortunately. Does that get a knockout? Oh, it's not Acer Roller or Kukui.
He's bailing out his... thinks exams is more important. What a maverick.
What a maverick, eh? So he's lost no DCEs, and I'm just about to get rid of my third. Unless I use the break. If I use the break... Let's use the break. I'll have to recycle this break, I think. No, I probably shouldn't have attached that. He has E-hammers. That was bad. He's used one, so he's only got one left, but 50 points at one study, boy. I'd have to win, and I don't think I'd win. You saw how I played last game. I do not feel in a confident spot to win a cup at this point. So I'm gonna try and get a degree instead of a playmat.
Wrong choice.
Apparently those things are kind of useful. I don't know. How many breaks to play? Yeah, only one break. Reverse value better than devoured field. There's more dark around than metal right now, so you don't want to be buffing other people's dark stuff. And you're not.
Yeah, it can. The math can actually help as well in some instances, so it's definitely worse.
Yeah. Kind of maths do I like? Here at the theorem. I did Stokes' theorem and the divergence theorem today. I was revising those.
All my favourite kind of theorems.
There's some pretty good theorems. James, stop. I'm 50, 160, 190. I need to hit Kukui here off of 2 trades. I can always jump into the active, so it doesn't matter why. What year am I in? I'm in 2nd year. So we need to attach this to Mine Jack. There's so many outs. There's so many outs. There was so many outs. Come on. There's a Lele. There's a Lele. 2 Ultra Balls. 2 Kukuis. All in a 13 card deck. Oh, come on, game. Okay, so now I have to copy. Okay, Trickster GX doesn't even knock him out anyway. So let's just E-hammer. Use my Wimpod, I guess. His draw engine though, he's drawing 1,000,000 cards a turn. Should have maybe played the stadium so I don't need to hit it next turn. Joe, go away. Stop playing with your lack of skill in the game. Should have drawn cards better. Gauss's theorem. I feel like that's something I should know. I definitely know of Gauss. Just don't know what his theorem is. I probably do, just don't remember it. I didn't do very much work in semester 1, which is biting me on the backside now because I'm having to revise like hell. Oh, he never benches another basic Pokemon. Should have got 3 GX. If he'd got 3 GX, he could have always Guzma knocked out a Zoro, the baby Zoro. So I don't think that was right because I think Baby Zoro is how you beat GX matchups the majority of the time. $120, $150, $160. So we now can't knock him out.
It's not going well. Where's your one-off Pokepuff? Putting that bench up.
Should have been playing it.
Rookie error.
Oh, I can't even Rod yet because he hasn't killed my break, so I can't recycle the break. 120, 150, 160, 170. I think I'm killing a Lele here. Ooh, that was loud, Luke. That scared me.
What was it?
Don't know.
New headphones, hold on. They've been Beatles.
New phone, who dis? We can trade into Guzma, actually. Whoops. Or we can not trade into Guzma, that's fine too. $120, $150, $160, $170. Okay, I'm not being a beetle.
Yet.
Yet. Should you send puzzle list? I'll just change the you can just tell me in the chat in a second what you took out and put in. Because I don't have my phone's behind me, but I don't want to go on Facebook. Please don't let me be counting this wrong. Okay, good.
1,
I just
2.
The night I've been having. Yeah, I'll just go onto the list after this, Joe, and you can tell me what's changed. I think I'm still in an okay spot because I'm 3 prizes up, so we have 2 turns where he has to ace a roller, and one of those turns he has to end as well. So he gets a knockout here, so he kind of has to end this turn, I guess. How many cards do you have in hand?
Yeah.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cards in hand. 13, down to 12. He draws 5, he has 7 left in deck. 6 left in deck. 5 left in deck. Oh, I'm cold. Uh-oh. Hit DCE.
Things are happening.
Hey, hit a DCE. So he bounces and sends up another one. I bounce and send up that one. He bounces and I get knocked out. But I win that race because I'm 2 prizes ahead. And get the first hit. And he's used... Wait, he hasn't used an ace roller yet. Huh. He definitely is probably in a better spot than me then. I need to hit Guzma and a Pokemon here. So I need to hit Super Rod here. No, that doesn't work. So now I need to hit Guzma off of one trade. So Guzma has to be in the top 3 cards for me to win the game. How are we feeling, folks? I genuinely don't know whether there's any Pokemon in my deck. I can guarantee it if there are. There's not, so Guzma still has to be in the top 2. Wait, oh yeah, no, this is right. Okay, cool. I was like, how do I retreat? Oh, we did it. We won a game, friends.
You got there in the end.
Yeah, would you play 101 Guardy line and Sylveon? Depends on the meta. If there's a lot of Guardy around, then yes. If there's not, then no. Played without it this week. Liked it, but didn't face a Guardy. I would not have liked it if I did. Right. Let me change this list, and then we'll look at some new cards, because new cards are good. Right, what am I taking?
Has a full list been revealed?
Pretty much. Not in order, so I've got about 100 tabs open. But
okay.
All of the new cards and alternate type reprints are out or unknown.
Is it on Poker Beach?
It is indeed.
Let's get this open then.
Good old beach. So Joe, where did you put your puzzles? I'm not listening to Luke because he's playing crazy counts of field blowers and things, and I don't trust him. Even though this is his deck, I don't trust him.
Thanks.
Play some mill. No, we need to keep the viewer count high, Joe. And if my decision making was bad with Greninja, my decision making with Mill will be even worse.
Shocking, Joe. He gives away my deck on stream, but he won't give away his own. Shocking.
I will play some Mill at some point tonight because I do miss it a little bit, but still.
Yeah.
Oh, let's play one game before. Let's play one game before the cards. Continues the Mill shot. Fine. Fine. Wait a minute. Yeah, fine. Cool. Oh, it looks like we've got a Zoropod. This should be a favourable matchup because they only run 7 energy. But things happen. Mill makes me sick. I'm a bad person. He's wasting his own time. Choosing who goes first. What a clown. No time to choose.
Just
write down this list
random
as we
click.
find it.
Hope for the best.
I mean, to be fair, my list is almost identical to Xander's from Limitless. Xander's list on Limitless, so like go there. I've changed like 1 or 2 cards. How many mulligans did we have? Only 2. Holy moly. Oh, we've got a viewer. Hello, viewer. Hello, Doc Mike. Miller's... Shut up, stop. Miller's a lot harder when you can be stream sniped, I must admit. But hopefully we'll have a... Oh, he scooped. Okay. Let's go again.
He did not want to know.
Let's go again.
I love that there's a secret rare frying pan. That is just...
Yes.
That's a 4 of in every deck, even if you're not playing metal Pokemon.
Secret rare frying pans. Too much Sylveon today. No worries, Matt. 1-0. Is Darth Vader someone who watches OmniPoke streams? I do not know. Hello there, sir. Well then.
Oh, weird. Oh, dearie dear. What are the odds of that?
What are the odds of that? Where's the list on Limitless? If you go on Limitless's page, click on Decks, scroll down to the bottom. Sylveon's at the bottom. If you click Sylveon, it will give you its 2 most recent placements, and one of the lists is Xander Bennett. One of the placements is Xander Bennett's, and his list is on there.
So that means I've got to turn off.
Yeah, no stream sniping me.
God darn. The odds of that. I waited to like a good 20 seconds, I thought. But no, apparently not.
S Sheriff 04 is now following. Welcome to the team. Thank you for the follow. So you're 1-0 against this deck. Luke beat me this weekend. Oh no, we tied, but I think Luke was in a favourable position. So I wrote it down on my little notes page as a loss. So let's see if Luke can replicate that in this game.
Boo, he's got the energy.
No donks today, friend. Oh, I need to change things about this list. I'm not running some cards anymore. I'm not playing 101 Guardian this list currently. That's one of the changes I made. We need to save this card, so let's do this. Kick his face in, Luke. That's rude.
Who said that?
Laura. It's rude. So for the first few turns, you want to be doing pretty much this every turn. Scouse style. 101 Charizard with 1 rainbow. Hold on a minute. That sounds crazy good.
He's got it all.
He's got it all. That's a good start from Luke's side, because I don't get my ribbons.
Beats.
Riders beatings.
Oh. Damn you, N.
Let's get one of these as well.
Let the grind begin.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you pick that N? Good lord.
Rise and grind, my friend. Rise and grind.
Holy moly.
This is what we want to be doing in the early game, people. We want to be drawing cards off of N like we're choosing them. Oh, he's trading. He's milling his own cards for us. This is great.
Gone for it. Ah, this is a card.
Play 1 Tormenting Spray so you can red card plus Delinquent, then drop the supporter they always hold on to. It's quite cheeky. Well, hello there. Energy card.
I suspect it won't stay around for very long.
No, it won't. Not all that one.
Oh my god.
Get a pow! Rinse and repeat. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Which means we should get this instead.
Oh dear, we're going to have to trade.
Excellent news.
Well, I've been beat all day, haven't I?
Mm-hmm. That was what I was worried about. That's not the card I'm going for.
Here we go, top down.
Oh, he's getting rid of more of his cards
Come
for
on.
me.
Oh my lord. This is not going well.
This is going brilliantly, mate. Oh my god, that's a Mew EX. He listened to me. I'm a genius. Have you used it much?
Not once.
Yeah, I thought that somehow might be the case. It feels like it's not very useful in every other matchup, but in that matchup it's very useful.
Well, I don't think we're going to win this because we're having to trade
Many
to get
times.
energies. And we're just whiffing them all anyway.
Let's stop the damage for when you're doing it. Let's get rid of 3 more of your cards, please.
We're never playing Sycamore. There you go.
Nah, misplay. And ribbon. What a fun deck,
with so much
Luke?
energy. Even dark energy.
What a fun little deck.
Excitingly good.
Smashing Arts. Yeah, if anyone wants to upgrade a Sylveon, I'd rather have all half arts. Or 3 hyper rares. I genuinely am considering max raritying this deck. That'd be fun. Aha, you found one.
We got one. But you've got dumbbells.
Yes, I have. Do I even want to do anything with this hand? I think we should avoid getting knocked out.
Oh, Beetle.
What do we want? We want this, we want this. Need to do this at some point during this game, so we might as well just get it done. Secret Rare Nest Balls and Max Potions. Max Rarity Sylveon would feel pretty cool. Feels like it'd be relatively cheap as well. Kukui. Hold on a minute. Why not Assault Vest instead of dumbbells? Volk is one big part of that, in my opinion at least, because Vest does nothing against Volk. But I can see arguments for either, because they both are pretty good against these kind of decks. This is the card we need, this is also the card we want, and we also want this card. We need to take this. Buddha is another one, yeah. Buddha doesn't play special energy.
That's the big hand you have there.
It would be a shame if anything were to happen to it.
Yeah, I think you're too far ahead in this. I don't think there's any way I win.
Excellent news. That is what we like to hear. Kukui again? Stop cheating. Stop Riotous beating.
Can you not?
I'm trying. How long have I had that FA Sylveon? I got it when Guardy was good, because I didn't have any Sylveons, so I had to just grab one quick. I'd be very appreciative of a new one though. I think at this point we can also use these cards next turn. What did I want to get? I wanted to get this. And just more of these, I guess. Fun, fun, fun. How many energy have we seen? 3 DC, 2 dark. I think he plays a 4/4 at least. So we've still got 5 energy to go, plus probably a charge. Oh wait, he's playing puzzles, potentially. I think he's either playing, we have to assume he's either playing puzzles or charge plus super rod, I think. Some combination of those. Aha. Well then.
Hello there.
Hello there, friend.
Reload.
Reload time. Ribbon time. We've got to do this on the right at the right time as well. There's no point in us starting to. Is there? No, there's no point in us starting to do things yet. We can hold it for now. Stupid Combo GX deck. There's an energy card. Foul play. What foul play? What a foul play.
Oh, we missed one. What is this? Witchcraft.
Oh, I missed
that.
2.
Oh my lord.
Hold on a minute. That's not meant to happen. Which means we can't do this turn. So we just do this. And this.
Just let me have one knockout. Come on.
No.
I wish I was playing the puzzles version now.
Let me do this now.
Holy moly.
Because it means
saving my ends.
Have to trade. What else don't we need? Play the nest balls, yeah. Yeah, it's Jack the cool host. I don't know about that one. I don't want him to ever get knockout, so I don't think we actually get anything from these. Actually, this is fine to get. I don't think we get anything from the other one though. I think this is the only card I want, because we can. No, I want this as well. Yeah, no, I want this as well. You would have held the red card for delinquent. I mean, I always have access to red card again with puzzles, is my thought. But yeah, I still can see that as well. He hit one.
Madness.
This guy's good. Billy Go Goat is now following. Welcome to the team. Thank you for the follow.
Oh, Beal.
Well, Beedle.
Alright then, so that's all puzzles gone.
Such an unimpactful card. We should do this. What's up, Jack? Have you experienced anything like our mirror from the weekend yet? No, I haven't been playing since the weekend. I have been revising for exams. I think from there, this is the last time I ever need to get those cards. Oh, the thing's so glitchy and horrible. Can't. Revising. I have been revising, man. I've been doing a lot of revision.
Boo, field blower.
Boo.
That third parallel. Yeah. Gone for it.
He's initiated the race. Oh, he does play special charge. What a madman. Oh, still things to do. And a Guzma. What a cheeky guy. Go on, retreat in and quick draw. I dare you. Question is, Luke Kirkham, do you want to take a prize here?
Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We play that stupid counter catcher malarkey, so let's go.
Misplay.
I don't think I was going to win that.
Should have quick drawn. So this has to be saved for a turn when we can also do something else. So it's pointless now. So we should get this and this. We can also start doing this again, but there's no point because we're. Wait, yeah, we should get this right because then we just do this. Bounce, sensor, bench. Yeah, that's fine. Let's have a deck search quickly. Cool. Aha. Aha. Why did I choose this? Because this is a really good card in the late game. This is like my favourite card in the last 2 turns of the game. It does exactly what you want it to do. To do this, I can do this. Do this. I don't need to worry about doing this because I have this. Red card delinquent turn. I don't need to red card delinquent yet.
Feel the 20 damage.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Should have done this last turn to this. And this. Because of this. 11. I have 13. Attached active. Interesting, Luke Kirkham. Interesting.
Beats.
Beats.
I've lost this anyway, so.
Da 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 da.
Yeah. Good.
Oh.
Very good.
I got red card to do that. I got red card to do red card. Either red card delinquent or red card skull grunt at some point. During the game, because once he shuffles 7 energy back into like a 12 card deck, the odds of skull grunt hitting is good. And sometimes skull grunt's better than delinquent, because if you delinquent them, they just keep an energy, whereas if you skull grunt them, they get rid of both energy. So that's why I kept the skull grunt. That's why I kept the red card until. Plus, it's also a draw 3 cards at some point in the game as well, or your opponent draws 3 cards or draws up to 4, which can help with rockets. The difference is, like potentially I shouldn't have taken it because rockets was prized, but because we were taking the 2 prizes, the odds of us hitting rockets went awful.
You needed to get a second breakout.
Yeah, because you only had 1 break. It was quite poor. No, I wouldn't do the Tide Pod challenge. Right, let's look at some cards. Is it this one? Wait a minute. That's not right.
Hold on a minute.
Hold on a minute. Is it this one? I did it! Okay. Oh wait, I clicked the wrong thing. Whoops. Okay, cards. I'm not coming to Cardiff on Sunday. Okay, cards. SM5 Ultra Force. Releases in 2 days in Japan. We're probably getting them in May, in our May set. We have the full set now. So, yeah, let's look at some. Poipole is It's just a pre-evolution of Naganadel, but it's not too awful. Poison for a colourless isn't great, but it's not awful. It's something to do. Poison colourless, Corpse Reviver. If this Pokemon is knocked out during your opponent's next turn, your opponent doesn't take a prize card. With Guzma about, it's not as great, but in the early turns, this can actually be really annoying if you can't get into your Naganadels. Unfortunately, there's been so much Ultra Beast support coming out with this set, you're going to be able to find your Naganadels, so it's unlikely that you actually ever get this effect off, but it's a cool effect to have. Joe's off to bed. Get well soon, buddy. See you soon.
See you in a bit, mate.
Did we see the English Cyrus translation? I think I was talking to some Poker Beach people today, and I'm almost certain it's going to be errated, because the card is busted if it's not errated. So I think it's just a mistranslation on Pokemon's part, more than...
I can't find this page, Jack.
This one here?
Yeah.
The one that I'm on?
This is an old page.
Yeah. This is like a month ago. I've just opened every single Sun and Moon 5 link.
Okay.
Why does the attack Stinger GX exist? Yeah, we'll talk about this in a second. So yeah, Poipol's pretty cool. It's just a means to an end, but you are going to need it for Naganadel, which is a 210 HP Psychic type. Oh, it's a little bit too big for the screen, but oh well. First attack for colourless Beast Ride does 20 damage, times the number of Ultra Beasts you have in play. This initially didn't look too great, just because there wasn't any real Ultra Beast support. So the only thing we had was Bridget, but now we have lots of Ultra Beast Search. We have Ultra Beast Energy, as we'll go through in a minute. This actually looks like a really strong attack. Ask David what the card does, and he'll tell you the correct answer. The problem is the card translation is in Japanese. Is different to actually what's been printed on the English card. So that's why no one really knows whether it's wrong or not, because it's literally like having two English cards that say different words. So in Japanese it says you need a Metal or Water Pokemon active, whereas on the English written one it says you just need one in play. If you just need one in play, that's obviously stupidly good, because it means you don't need it doesn't require to be active anymore, so you can just have an auxiliary or something like that on the bench. So you know, it's so much better if it's just in play, and that's why I don't think it will be in play, because it's a pretty strong effect. Though at the moment I think the only Prism Star card that will see immediate play will be Solgaleo, so I could kind of see it being errated so that it's better anyway, just so more are played and there's more of a catch card system in the set. But yeah. Did we ever collaborate with Table? We haven't so far, but I'm sure we will, because I know Joe enjoys playing some games with Table Mon, so I'm sure he will at some point. The battle area, yeah, that's the issue. I haven't heard anything since streaming, obviously, because I haven't been online on Facebook, but I've been trying to keep up with it in a Poker Beach chat. So hopefully, as soon as someone knows, it will be changed. Anyway. Naganadel GX Beast Ride, yeah, seems to be a pretty good two-shotting attack. Potentially hitting one-shots with Choice Band plus Beast Energy and stuff like that. Second attack, Jet Tackle, Psychic DCE does 110 and isn't affected by resistance. That's another just solid attack to have, which is pretty cool. And then for 3 colourless, Stinger GX. Each player shuffles their prize cards into their deck, and each player takes 3 cards from the top of their deck and puts them face down as prize cards. This is a really strong effect. Punishes your opponent for going to aggro because you give them more prizes, whilst potentially lowering your amount of prizes. It's just such a weird effect. This should be further down.
I honestly don't think it's as strong as people are hyping it, because say if your opponent's got 1 prize, the odds are if they've got that advanced board state that they can 3, but then they can have another attack to attack into you with.
Yeah, that is true. I think it's a very what's the word? Grandiose effect. I don't think it will see too much play. I think it will be used in the Naganadel deck, but I don't think it's insane. It's a really strong effect. It's just that Much like sort of Nihilego GX or Nihilego. I've never known how to say that. It's a strong effect, but you're not progressing the board state, so to speak. So I don't know that it will see much play, but I think there's definitely room. The more Ultra Beasts we get, obviously the Beast Ride deck gets better, and there's kind of anti-synergy because Beast Ride seems to be a pretty aggressive deck. So you don't then want to be spending your attack and 3 energy to take 3 prizes at best, because a lot of the time you will have already taken 2 to 3 prizes, I would imagine, in the early turns of the game. But that being said, I think there's definitely potential for this to be a strong effect, and I think it's an attack that definitely may not be broken as soon as it's released, but it definitely has the potential to be broken in some kind of combo at some point. But because it doesn't progress the board state, I don't think it's insane. I think Naganadel is just insane for the Beast Ride attack. I think Beast Ride is incredibly good.
Is it not worse than Mindjack? Sorry, what just beaten?
It's a colourless, and it has Beast Energy and Choice Band. It hits 180. It's crazy.
Yeah, but then I just don't know. I'm not sold on the card. Obviously, the amount of Ultra Beast support we've got will give it that added boost.
Yeah, I think it just depends on how much stuff we have to support it. What is Poipole?
As you'll see shortly, there's a fair amount.
Quite a bit. Poipole is the evolution that Naganadel is the Pokemon that Naganadel evolves from, which is also an Ultra Beast, is worth noting. So your basics also fit the bill for this Beast Ride attack, which is called. And then Beast Energy Prism Star. You can't have more than one Prism Star card with the same name in your deck. If a Prism Star card would go to the discard pile, goes to the lost zone instead. This card provides colourless energy. While this card is attached to an Ultra Beast, it provides every type of energy, but only 1 energy at a time. The attacks of the Ultra Beast card attach you with 30 more damage to the active Pokemon. So this is essentially a choice band it's a choice band plus Rainbow Energy. Which is really good, because choice band is having a 5th choice band just in general is good, but having a 5th choice band as well as having attaching it onto a Rainbow Energy for a deck that seems to be pretty aggressive anyway is really cool. It means Buzzwole can be doing 30, 60, 90 with a choice band now on a GX or EX. Before weakness with Beast Energy, which is insanely good. I think that's one of the biggest implications of the card, the fact that Buzzwole now does 60 damage, or it's an extra choice band for Buzzwole that can be paired with the choice band, so Jet Punch can be doing 90-30 a turn, which is so good for 1 energy.
Yeah. You got Regirocks as well if needs be.
You got You need 2. If you've got 2 Regirocks on the bench, or you have a strong attach as well, you're one-shotting Zoroark while setting up other Zoroark, so you only need Beast Energy in the future. It's just really good. So yeah, I think this is a very good card, and I think this will be run in every single deck that runs Ultra Beasts as attackers. Just because there's no reason not to. It's not like Super Boost, which is if you get E-Hammered, you're losing technically 4 energy, because if you get E-Hammered, you're only losing 1 energy, so it's not like you have to do a big reload to get back in the game after you've been E-Hammered. You just need to find another energy, so yeah. I think this is a really good card. Is Luke still there? Has Luke gone? Luke might have gone. I don't know. So yeah, that's the first few. Yeah, Luke's gone. I'm sure he'll be back momentarily. Next up, we have some non-EX and GX Necrozmas. First one is Duskmane Necrozma, 130 HP. Metal type, basic Ultra Beast. For Metal Energy, Dawn Dagger, choose one of your opponent's EX or GXs. This attack does 60 damage to that Pokemon, isn't affected by weakness or resistance. This is a really, really nice snipe attack for Metal decks. It's good that it can't target basics, because this would be obviously insane targeting non-EX and GX stuff, just knocking out Frokis and Zoruas and stuff like that. But it's nice for setting up stuff in the early game as a metal attacker, which is cool. Yeah, I think this is a really, really nice card for these metal decks. It's a really, really nice attack. And then for Metal Colorless, Rusty Nail does 100 damage, and if your opponent has one prize card remaining, this attack does 200 damage instead of 100. I think the attack's pretty bad, because if your opponent has 100 damage, if one prize card remaining, and you're attacking with this, you kind of need to win the game, because otherwise you're leaving a 130 HP Pokemon in the active, which means they're probably going to win next turn. So this kind of needs to win the game, but it is doing 230 with a Choice Band, which is a really good number to hit. So it's not awful. I think this is a really strong non-EX attacker for Metal decks. One thing with the Magnezone list that I profiled on the channel a week or so ago was the fact that Solgaleo Prism Star was the only real non-EX in that list. You can run things like, or non-EX, but sort of mid-game attacker, something that attacks for a decent amount of damage for no real downside. 3 for 100 is a decent amount of damage for no real downside. I suggested Genesect EX in the video. This has a similar output. Obviously, it has a different text, but even so, you want an attack that can kind of poke something. So yeah, this is really good for Metal decks, I think. I don't think it's insane, but I think the first attack's pretty strong, and it's nice to have just a mediocre or a mid-level hitting Pokemon as well, that you don't need to attach a bunch of energy to, but can still two-shot things pretty consistently. Dawnwing's Necrozma, Psychic type, 130 HP. Basic Ultra Beast, Psychic, Gulfstream, 20 damage. If you have 6 prize cards remaining, this does 20 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So with all these Jet Punches and stuff going around, I know we do have resistance, but whilst things are in a bit of a two-shot format, this gets a little bit stronger. However, because it's weak to Dark, you're going to be knocked out by any Zoroark that hits you. So because of it, no worries, Luke. So because of it, this probably isn't going to have damage counters on it, because it's probably just going to get knocked out. So I don't think this card's fantastic. It's okay, because obviously, sorry, you can see the weakness. Yeah, the weakness is Dark. That's not ideal, because like I say, you are going to be knocked out by Zoroark GX, but there is still some merits to having an attack like this. That being said, I think in general the card is much worse than the Duskmane, just because I don't think there's going to be very many situations where Gulfstream is doing a lot, plus you need to do it in the early turns when you have 6 prize cards remaining. So in the late game, it's just doing a flat 20, which isn't great. And then Dusk's Blade does 130 damage for 3 Psychics, and you have to discard 2 energy from Dawnwing's Necrozma. So yeah, I think in general, the Lunala variant again has been kind of shafted. It seems that Solgaleo gets all the love from TPCI. And yeah, I think in general Duskmane is just better than Dawnwings. And then Xurkitree, 120 HP, Lightning type, basic Ultra Beast. We have Flash Bullet for a Lightning, 20 damage, and your opponent's active Pokemon is now confused. This is a nice attack. Confusion's always nice. The only Lightning decks, or the only decks that use Lightning Energy at the moment, are probably going to be Raichu and Vikabulu. I don't think you ever really want to be using this in Vikabulu, because you want to be taking a knockout almost always. And Horn Attack does 30 damage, which sets up better numbers than Flash Bullet doing 20. So I think in general this won't see much play. But even so, it's a cool attack to have. And then Cable Ram for double lightning and the colorless does 100 damage. And if you have 3 prize cards remaining, your opponent's Pokemon is now paralyzed. Auto paralysis is obviously a really big deal. But again, it's super specific, being 3 prize cards remaining. There are a couple of other synergistic cards to do with the prize cards, and specifically 3 and 4 prize cards themselves. But I think in general this probably won't see play, just because the metal deck or the lightning decks that are seeing play are either taking one-shot knockouts in Bulu, or either taking one-shot knockouts in Raichu, or being able to paralyze in another way. Plus paralysis isn't as strong with Acerola and Guzma in the format anyway. So I think in general, The circuitry probably isn't great, but again, more of these non-EX Ultra Beasts is always good, and especially now we have Beast Energy, which we have a higher quality image of here, is technically a Rainbow Energy. You can run some of these one-offs because you will always have a Rainbow Energy in your deck at least. It's also a higher quality image of Naganadel as well, which is cool. Next, Ultra Recon Squad and Steel Frying Pan. So Steel Frying Pan, the Ultra Pokemon this card is attached, takes 30 less damage from attacks and has no weakness. So yeah, we have Ultra of the Sun already, meaning that we have a way for meta types to not have a weakness, and it's not seeing play at all. It won't see play in the metal builds that are going forward, just because we have Field Blower, plus there's a really big reliance on stadiums right now. Every deck is running 3 or 4 of its own stadium pretty much. So yeah, in general, Steel Frying Pan I don't think is great. Obviously the 30 less damage is cool, but again, things like this, things like this where your opponent can control, they can Field Blower it off so it has no effect, is never going to be great, because your opponent has the control of whether this effect goes off. So therefore I think the Frying Pan isn't going to see much play at all. That being said, it's a great meme card. As you can see down here, we've got Brock using his trusty Frying Pan as a drying pan. But I think in general this card's more of a meme than anything. Ultra of the Sun won't see any play, and for the same reason this won't see any play. Ultra Recon Squad, discard up to 2 Ultra Beasts from your hand, then draw 3 cards for each card you discarded this way. This is a really interesting supporter. Drawing 6 cards is obviously insane. This is double a HAL. You can also choose how many Ultra Beasts you discard, so if you only have 1 you can still use this card, which is nice. I think this will see play in the Naganadel deck. I don't think it will see more than a 1 or 2 of, just because we have things like Sycamore, which always draw 7, you don't have to discard the Ultra Beasts. Plus you want the Ultra Beasts on your bench to be doing damage, but you only have 5 bench slots, so you also are going to clog your hand up with Ultra Beasts sometimes. So because of that, I consider this being a 1 or 2 off in the Ultra Beast deck. Other than that, it won't see any play at all, because the other decks that are running Ultra Beasts are running them because they want to use them, not because they have spares. So yeah, this will only see play in the Naganadel, but I think this will probably be a 1 or 2 of in the Naganadel itself. Wake, discard 2 Water Energy cards from your hand in order to play this card. Search your deck for up to 2 cards and put them into your hand. Shuffle your deck afterwards. So this is a Mallow, but you have to discard 2 waters from your hand to be able to use it. However, you immediately get the cards from the Mallow, so to speak. So it's better than Mallow in water decks, and in decks especially decks that run Starmie. This will, without a doubt, I think, see play as a 1 of in Greninja. But other than that, this won't see much play at all. Mallow is only ever a 1 of in Zoroark decks, and even in Zoroark decks, they have access to Mallow plus trade, so they have to discard 1 card from hand instead of discard 2 water energies from hand, so it's less cards to do, and it's still only ever a 1 of, because essentially you want other supporters in your deck to build your board and build a board so much so that you can win the game, or you can get to this point where you can Mallow anyway. And similarly, that's why Wake will only see very minimal play. I think only in Greninja and maybe a couple of other niche water decks, because you just don't want to be discarding water energy in the early turns to draw 2 cards. A lot of the time you want to be Sycamoring or Enning or Cynthiaing into multiple pieces, multiple cards you can use at once. 2 cards often isn't enough for what you need. But I think in Greninja it's probably a good 1 of, because it searches for 2 pieces of the puzzle, and once Greninja completes its puzzle it pretty much wins games. So yeah, in general I think this will see play in pretty much 1 or 2 decks. It's not amazing, but it's not awful. It's cool that we've got this slower search rather than discard draw 7 again. I like that a lot. Next up we have Alternate Art Empoleon. Empoleon from Sun and Moon 5 is being released as a metal type. Same attack, same HP. Its weakness is now fire and resistance is now psychic. So slightly worse weakness and resistance, slightly worse weakness, but it's got a resistance, so that's cool. Does this change the outlook for the card. I personally am not a fan of Empoleon. I know a lot of people are, but I'm not a fan. I don't think it being metal makes it much better. There's better metal decks out there, I think. Turbo Metals looks much quicker than this, and it has a similar output because Dustmane Necrozma does 230. Nice Cow Gone Bad, thank you for the follow. So yeah, I don't think this changes much. I think it's unlikely that this will see any more play because of its metal type. If it turns out Empoleon sees play, then great, but I don't think it's improved by having the metal typing. That being said, maybe it's just a different deck altogether. Maybe you run Metal Empoleon instead of Water Empoleon. But yeah, I don't think there's too much difference in this card. Dhelmise hype, Dhelmise does help, that's true, I suppose. At least this beats Guardian now, that's also true, yes. But yeah, I don't think there's too many implications for a Metal Empoleon in general. Alternate type Magnezone. Now a Lightning type, weak to fighting, resistance to metal. And has Deluge but for Lightning types. So we now have Deluge for Lightning types for... we have an old Deluge for Lightning types that's still in format, plus this one. The old one doesn't see play. Don't think this one will see much more play. It's more likely to see play post-rotation. Obviously, it means we're not losing Lightning Deluge post-rotation. But we have a lot of fighting around right now. Plus, I think the Pachirisu engine in general is probably better. I think the only deck where you want to spam these lightning energies is probably Raichu, and I think for that deck the Pachirisu engine is better. So I don't think this is much of a change, but it's cool that we're getting it. I'm not overly fond of these alternate type reprints just because it kind of clogs our sets, but I guess it's fine. These ones are cooler than like the Empoleon. The Empoleon is just a straight up reprint, whereas these ones with abilities that affect the type they are is cooler because it gives us more options in our format. Whereas Empoleon just being the same Pokemon, just a different type, just attacking for a different weakness, doesn't feel as exciting. So this is the kind of card I'd rather see over things like Empoleon and Infernape and stuff like that. But still, not bad for Japan. They get a bunch of smaller sets, kind of offer us. Yeah, it's weird. I'm not overly keen, but hopefully it won't sort of dilute our card pool too much. Maybe we don't even know how we're getting these, to be fair. Maybe we'll get a separate set in the US and over in the West where it'll be just alternate type reprints. We don't know. I would imagine they'll be in our sets, I must admit, but even so, you never know. But yeah, in general, I think Magnezone is cooler than the Empoleon, but it's still kind of annoying, I think. Still kind of... I don't want to say lazy, because it's not lazy, but it's... It reduces the amount of new interesting cards we get, because we've seen this card already, it's just got a different type, if that makes sense. Next up, Abomasnow, a Grass Abomasnow instead of a Water Abomasnow. Initially, Water Abomasnow was kind of overshadowed because we have Aqua Patch. Its ability is essentially Aqua Patch when you play it from your hand to the bench or to evolve something. We now have the same card but for Grass types, so we can now Grass Patch, which is cool. That being said, I don't think it's insanely good. Again, it's a stage 1 just to get 1 energy attachment, which isn't great. You can say lazy because we're all thinking. I guess it is lazy, but I don't know. I would imagine developing lots of cards is quite difficult, so I can understand why they're maybe choosing to do it. Bulu boys, interesting. I guess this could pair with Bulu. How do you recycle them though? Because you can only use them once. Yeah, where do people see this card fitting? Is there any grass decks that you think could use this? We have a lot of grass acceleration anyway if we want it in Lurantis. And Lurantis isn't seeing play at all because grass is a bad type right now. There's not much support for it. Bulu happens to be a grass type, but in general, it just does 180, so it doesn't matter what type it is. Golisopod, yes, is a grass type, but again just does 1 energy for 120. So again, it's not the fact that it's grass type that's seeing play. Venusaur Abomasnow instead of Venusaur Lurantis. Interesting. Turn efficient, grabbing single energy for stage 1 isn't good enough. Yeah, I think that's the case. But again, this is the kind of card I prefer to sort of just alternate type attacking cards. I prefer seeing ones with cool abilities that we now have a grass ability and a water ability, if that makes sense. Grass is decent right now, so we made top 32 at Memphis. I suppose it's a good type, but I think in general there's better ways to be a grass type. It's a stage 1 that gets 1 energy and isn't once per turn. If it was once per turn, it'd be insane. Feed on them frogs. But yeah, it's just because it's not once per turn, it's not as strong. So yeah, I think in general this probably won't see much play either, and nor will this, nor will either of these guys. But again, it's cool that we're getting ability cards instead of attack cards. Alternate type Infernape, now weak to Psychic. And yeah, uses fighting energy now as a fighting type. This changes slightly because it means we have access to strong energy and Regirock and stuff like that. But again, it's a bad card, and I don't think strong energy plus Regirock pushes it. Wait, Regirock doesn't even work, right? Does Regirock work? It doesn't push it to... I can't remember. Is Regirock only basics? Your basic fighting types, or is it all fighting attacks do 10 more? I'm genuinely not sure of that. Burn support on a fighting. Yeah, it's weird, but it makes sense. Zoroark Infernape. Oh boy. But yeah, in general, I don't think, again, this... It is all fighting types. Okay, so this does benefit from Regirock. It's actually a better card as a fighting type because water... Because as a fire type, has weakness to water and therefore loses to Volk. This doesn't lose to Volk. Actually, well, you've still got 130 HP. Yeah, you still lose to Volk. But you're one-shotting, or you have access to now one-shot Zoroark, so it actually probably is a better card than the initial one, but still won't see much play, I don't think, just because it's not a good enough card in general on its own. Burst Punch doesn't do enough damage. 2 for 50 isn't great, and burning them, sure, you're dealing 6, so you're burning them, you're dealing 6, so you're doing 110. That means you need to do an extra 100. How do you do an extra 100? So if you do 100, 160, 150, you need a choice band. So you need 2 energy, a choice band to one-shot a Zoroark. It's just kind of awkward. So even as a fighting type, it's annoying. Even it gets hosed with a new Duskmane. Yeah, I mean, just in general, it's a better card than the original. Whoops. It's a better card than the original, but it's still not a good enough card, unfortunately. So yeah, again, it's cool, but doesn't do much, I don't think. Here's some new cards. New stadium based on Ultra Space. Once during each player's turn, they may search your deck for an Ultra Beast, reveal it, and put it into their hand. This is a really cool card. This is a fantastic stadium for the Naganadel deck. Gives you the inbuilt sort of search, so you can start searching out your Ultra Beasts. Works with Recon Squad. Lets you thin your deck for an Ultra Beast, then discard it and draw 3 with Recon Squad. So you're thinning your deck, plus you're drawing 3 cards, so you've got less chance of drawing. You've got more chance of drawing the cards you want, rather than Ultra Beasts that wouldn't usually see play, or wouldn't be able to be played, or wouldn't be useful in that situation, or whatever. Plus it also lets you search out for your Ultra Beast that you want. So yeah, I think this is a really, really cool stadium for the Ultra Beast deck. It's probably not awful for some other decks. What else uses Ultra Beasts? Buzzwole has Brooklet Hill. It probably will only see play in... Yeah, it probably will only see play in the Ganadel. But in the Ganadel it's fantastic because it's searching your damage and your potentially draw engine and your attacker. So yeah, it's probably a 4 of in that deck, which is cool. Palkia GX is now a water type. The card is still bad but less bad. It goes from probably a 1 star to a 1.5 star because you can now Aqua Patch to it, which is cool. However, you're now weak to grass, which is not cool because you get knocked out by lots of things that you weren't knocked out for. Well, you weren't knocked out by before. Booley doesn't have to discard its energy. Gallisopod one-shots you without a choice band. Yeah, the card is bad, but it's better, but it's also worse. So yeah, I don't think too much changes for Palkia. Call the deck Beast Box. Yeah, I'll call it Beast Box from now. But yeah, I don't think much changes. Now Palkia's a water type. It's probably slightly better than a dragon type because it's not weak to fairy. Though with the amount of metal coming out, fairy is probably a better weakness to have than grass. So maybe this card is just worse, even though we have acceleration for it now. Going places, boys. I hate the type shifty things that don't even change the energy costs while the change is relevant. It feels so lame. It's weird, yeah. I know what you're saying. It's weird. They've never done anything like this before, so that's why we don't really know. What's sort of going on with them? It says just here. Wonder if they'll be released as promo products. So yeah, we'll get these cards somehow, but it'll be interesting to see how we get them. In general, so far they seem to be mostly worse than their regular counterparts. So I could see them being placed in promo products because you're getting the card you want, but you're getting the worst version. But still, most lame than reprints, losing a match because of weakness. Team reprints. Is Joe here? Joe's not here. Joe's ill, unfortunately. You'll have to wait until tomorrow to chat with him about Chelsea. Buzzwole, 130 HP, fighting type. First attack, Sledgehammer for fighting, does 30, and if your opponent has exactly 4 prize cards remaining, this attack does 90 more damage. 120 for 1 is obviously insane. Gallisopod GX sees so much play. However, this isn't as easy as moving from the bench to the active. This is, your opponent has to have exactly 4 prizes, which is a lot more difficult, especially as your opponent controls when they take their prizes. They can go from 5 prizes to 3 prizes. You can never get the bonus of Sledgehammer. So yeah, it's a really good attack, but unfortunately it's bad because of the 4 prize thing. And then swing around, fighting colorless, does 80 damage and does 20 damage on 2 coin flip heads. So can do up to 120 if you flip both heads. Again, it's just kind of meh. 3 energy plus a choice band, does one-shot a Zoroark, but the deck doesn't need anything to knock out Zoroarks. They can do it with elixirs anyway. Confirm stream tomorrow. I meant Jack, I need to message him tomorrow. There's no stream tomorrow, unfortunately. We do still need Baby Lele. I haven't got to it yet, Jack. I will be talking about Fighting Chomp soon. It's a pretty good card. But yeah, I haven't got to it yet. Thursday stream, no, unfortunately not. The price sticks for the Ultra Beast all feel so situational. Yeah, they are. And that's why I think a lot of them won't see play. Because they're too situational, it turns out. But we'll see. Could be wrong. Grass type Fighting type Torterra is also revealed. Fighting colourless. Well, I'm not going to go through the attacks. In general, it just does the same as the grass one. Obviously, this is a tanky boy. 180 HP is tanky. But again, the card I just don't think is good enough to see play anyway. And even as a fighting type, it's only 4 energy for this attack. It's just, too much. I think Sledgehammer is fine if you can time it correctly. Yeah, it's a really good attack if you can time it correctly, but you're only ever going to have one opportunity to use this attack, right? And that's when your opponent's got exactly 4 prizes left. I guess not one opportunity, but in some games you won't ever. This will only ever be a basic that does 30 damage, so I don't think it's good enough, even in fighting decks, just because it is situational, in my opinion. I don't think you'd ever pick the slot just because 120. I guess, okay, on 4 prizes with a choice band and beast energy, this does 180 damage for 1. Because you 30 plus 90 is 120. Plus 30 for the choice band is 150. Plus 30 for the beast energy is 180. Yeah. However, we now need to be hitting to 10 instead of 180. To 10 is the new magic number rather than 180. So in general, still carries basic fighting weeks. That is very true. Maybe this is good enough then as a one-off. This probably is good enough as a one-off, I guess. That just has the upside to doing 90 more damage if you can time it right as well. Okay, you've sold me. Next up, Beast Ring. You may only play this card when your opponent has 3 or 4 prize cards remaining. Search your deck for up to 2 basic energy, reveal them, and attach them to one of your Ultra Beasts. This is a really good card, I think. Excuse me. I think this is actually a really good card. For Beast Box, it's really good. But I think this will even see play in things like Buzzwole, maybe as a one-off, just because it's 3 or 4 prizes. Your opponent has to be on 3 or 4 prizes at some point in the game, more than likely. It's unlikely that they can go from 5 down to 2 immediately. So you should theoretically get value from Beast Ring in every game. It's deck search, which is really good. That's the best type of search you can have. It's 2 energy, which is also really good because a lot of the attacks are 3 energy, so it means you can have your first Ultra Beast knocked out. You can then Beast Ring attach and use a big attack the next turn. It's only 2 Ultra Beasts, but a lot of the Ultra Beasts, as I say, have 3 energy attack costs. You can even play Beast Ring, Dustmane, Necrozma. Yeah. I wish Ultra Beast got a non-prism special energy that fixed for a type of energy. Yeah, that would be good. Rainbow energy for beasts would be good. Yeah, I think this is a really good card. I think this would be a 1 or 2 of in most Ultra Beast decks. Maybe even more because you can use it multiple times. You can go bam, bam, Sycamore, bam. It's like 6 energy. Plus your attachment for the turn. People are going to go off with this card. Seems pretty good. Seems pretty good. So yeah, I really like Beast Ring. I think it's good in Beast Box. I think it's good in Dustmane Necrozma's pretty good in this. This guy's going to feel bad when drawn dead though, of course. But I think you'll be able to... Like, you'll be able to Skylar. You can Skylar for 2 energy attachments. That's insane. Skylar becomes search your deck for 2 energy and attach them to one of your Ultra Beasts. That's bonkers. Beast Ring is broken. Beast Ring is pretty good, Jack. Yeah, I think this is one of the best cards in this set. It's really, really strong. Absorption Jerks out of nowhere. Knuckle Impact out of nowhere. Seems very good. So yeah, Beast Ring, very good. This circuitry is just the same, it's just different art. Which art do we prefer? Zekiri is such a weird Pokemon. Has no face, just has a head. Beast Ring with Volkner. Yeah, search your deck for a lightning, and then you attach plus attach 2. That's pretty good for lightning decks, I guess. Full power circuitry. Straw poll time. I don't think we should straw poll this. I don't think people will be interested enough. Feel free someone to create a straw poll, but yeah, Zekiri is a weird looking Pokemon. Next up we have this fat little Uxie. Memory skip, 60 HP, Psychic Basic. Memory skip, 130, does 30 damage for Psychic. Choose one of your Choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon's attacks. During your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't use that attack. This is okay. It's just okay. I don't think it'll see any play simply because it's a 60 HP basic, so it's going to get knocked out pretty easily. Memory skip only does 30 damage. 30 for 1 isn't awful, but it's not great either. There's not many Pokemon right now that only have 1 attack. Things like Volk, it's cool against, but they want to be moving out of the active anyway because they're volcanic heating, so they can't attack next turn anyway, so it's not going to affect anything. You know, there's too many ways to get around this for this to be good ever, I think. Having technical issues this end. Hopefully you'll be back soon, Luke. Where's the Uxie setup? Draw 7 instead of 6. Now that would be insane. In a format of Lele as well. That would be pretty weird. I don't know whether it being good. I mean, it would be good. Of course it would be good. Because drawing 7 is good. But your bench management would be insane at that point. Arceus Prism Star. Bam. Colourless. 160 HP basic. Obviously it's got the Prism Star rule, so you can only have 1 of this Prism Star. Good early against Buzzwole? Yeah, but is that the best Pokemon we want to be running for Buzzwole? I think Latios is often better for decks that have DCE. Azul is hosting us. Cheers. Gonna expand some spicy donks. Does anyone have these speakers on full to hear the stream clearly? I can't raise my mic anymore. Hopefully it can go down. But it can't go up any higher. I can move closer, I guess. My mic's like just here. I don't have it too close because people complain it's too loud. So hopefully it's not too bad. Yeah, Arceus Prism Star. 160 HP colourless type. First commandment, prevent all effects of your opponent's attacks, excluding damage done to this Pokemon. It's a good ability to have, means you're not having energy discarded, it means you're not getting confused, means you're not getting Uxied, so you can't use your attack. All of this stuff doesn't bother you. You take the damage, but that's all you take. That's pretty good. Useful to have. And colourless Trinity Star does 30 damage. You can only use this attack if you have a Grass, Water, and Lightning Pokemon on your bench. Search your deck for up to 3 basic energy cards. Attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like, then shuffle your deck. Searching for 3 energy and attaching them is really good. Especially from the deck. That's fantastic. Grass, Water, Lightning is awkward, but it's not as awkward as you first think. We have Octillery / Remoraid, and we have Tapu Koko. So the only thing we need to find is a grass type. There's no grass types that are just sort of splashed into decks right now, but there probably could be. But the thing is, at that point, if you have an Arceus in the active, you have a Remoraid and a Koko on the bench, and a grass type. You have a Lele that's Bridgeted them all out. You've got one space left for the thing you're attaching energy to, which means you can only have one of your main attacker out unless your main attacker is the grass type, and I don't think there's any good grass types that need multiple attachments right now. So 3 attachments is really good, but it's always really, really difficult to meet this requirement to the point where, unless we get a splash, we have a splashable water type in Octillery, we have a splashable lightning type in Koko. If we get a splashable grass type, at that point, all 3 of grass, water, and lightning decks become can use this card. But at the moment, I think only grass decks can use this card because we already have the water and lightning part. And because we don't have a grass type splashable card, we kind of need to focus more on having a grass type. So therefore, in general, I don't think this will see much play on release. But I think if we ever get like a grass type tech card, it's going to be really, really good for Arceus Prism Star. If only we had Kecleon, this card would be even better. If we had Kecleon, that would be cool. You can also pair this with Galvantula. Galvantula counts for the grass and lightning types, but that's a stage 1, so you can't do this turn 1, and you want to be able to get these boosts of energy turn 1, I think, for it to be most effective. So yeah, I think it's a cool card. I think there's definitely potential for it, but I think it won't see much play immediately, unfortunately. Next up we have Azelf. Azelf is my favourite of the Pixie Trio, little fun fact right there. 6 HP basic psychic type as well. For a colourless psychic abduction, you can only use this attack if you go second and only on your first turn. Shuffle one of your opponent's bench Pokemon and all cards attached to it into their deck. So you can only do this on turn 1 going second. This has to be at your first act of the game. Because it needs an energy, you therefore need to have this Pokemon in the active from the start, or you need to have free retreat, some kind of capability of free retreat, which makes the attack in general a lot worse. So yeah, I don't think this will see any play at all for the first attack, and the second attack is just 10 damage. Your opponent is now asleep. Again, a pretty bad attack, so this won't see any play at all. This is a spicy expanded Donk card. I thought it was the other one. Is it a spicy expanded Donk card? What is this Donk in expanded? Psychic types. What's weak to psychic? It's got to be something weak to psychic. Am I being dumb? I'm probably being dumb. What am I being dumb about? Why do you like Azelf the most? Azelf's just my favourite of the Pixies. Not in this case. I think Azelf's, I think all of them are pretty bad cards, but Azelf is without a doubt my favourite of the 3 Pixies, just because I used it the most when playing through the Sinnoh games. This with Psychic, Flamethrower, Thunderbolt, and Nasty Plot. You nasty plotted and then swept teams. How's it donk in the thing? Yeah, I don't know how it donks in the thing. But I don't know expanded very well, so maybe there's something that it's weak to. That's weak to psychic, sorry. Okay, I want to get to this one last. Grass on the top 8 and grass on the top 4, man. Very situational against not much of Carps, Viper, all that stuff. Maybe. Yeah, I want to get to Ultra Necrozma last. Next, we have the Fighting Garchomp that was mentioned earlier on in the chat. This is a fighting reprint of the Dragon Garchomp we're getting next set. This is one of the best reprints we're getting. Fighting type, as I said earlier on, is a fantastic type to be. This now one-shots a Zoroark without having to use Cynthia if you have a Strong Energy or a... yeah, if you have a Strong Energy or a Choice Band, so that's really good. Yeah, this card is much better as a fighting type. There's not much to say. Obviously, Grass Weakness isn't as good, but this card is fantastic as a fighting type. Looks like it's not hollow. I don't have much else to say about this card. This card is just a better card as a fighting type. I think you'll still probably play a split of Garchomps because the other one is good energy recovery. But that being said, I don't think you'll ever play the... Unless there's a grass deck. Maybe you'll play one Dragon Garchomp. I don't know. You lose to grass decks more, but you win against dark decks more. So yeah, you'll probably just play fighting types. Hit you for any weakness is good. Yeah. Yeah, this is a really good card. There's a better image of Arceus Prism Star as well. We're getting a fighting type reprint of the Giveaway Free Retreat ability. They confirmed that today. We'll get to that momentarily. Croak and Toxicroak are coming as fighting types. The only attack that really changes is settle the score if any of your Psychic Pokemon are knocked out by damage during your last turn. Stack does 120 instead of 50. Again, really good damage. Everything's running Psychic types right now because we're running Lele, so this again is a better card because it's a fighting type. Wasn't that the bad one? I don't know. I haven't... Oh, it is the bad one. Oh, my bad, man. I thought it was... I knew because this one is the only Ascension one. I forgot there was two in the set. My bad. Oh, that is a shame. But yeah, in general, this is cool because everything's running Lele's, so this can activate in pretty much any deck and is splashable. So yeah, unfortunately, it's a lot worse because your opponent has to take the knockout on the Lele, so they can never take the knockout on the Lele, so therefore you can never get a knockout with Toxicroak. So it's not like it's a splashable Zoroark counter. But in full Psychic decks, in decks that only run Psychic Pokemon, I could see this being a kind of tech for Zoroark decks, which is pretty good. So yeah, that's cool. And then the rest of the cards, pretty much, we've got a fighting type Heatran, again fighting type. A fire type Heatran. Again, fire type is not insane because it's not a Volcanion, so it's not great. So yeah, it's probably won't see much play. We have Lightning, Magnetons, and Magnemites and Magnetons. Yeah, again, it doesn't change too much. They're now weak to fighting, and I think fighting is a slightly better weakness to have, so you'll probably play this one over the other one potentially in Metal Necrozma, or in Magnezone Necrozma, though that being said, you wouldn't have access to the attacks, whereas you do have access to the other attacks, so you probably wouldn't still play the the fire weak one. We have a Psychic Rotom, which is the same Rotom as the Lightning one that does 120 and can't attack next turn, and has the Rotomotor ability. Psychic type is obviously better than Lightning type because you're hitting Buzzwole for weakness. So therefore, in that deck, you'll play this card. In only that deck, you'll play this card, and that deck is a bad deck. so I don't think this card will see much play at all. But it's cool to have a Psychic Rotom. As mentioned, we have the Fighting type Gible and Fighting type Garchomp. This Fighting type Garchomp is cool because we can hit Zoroark for weakness. Though we are weak to Grass. We already have Fighting Gibbles, and still the Dragon Gibble is better because it has free retreat. So yeah, in general, we're gonna want to be playing the dragon one anyway, I think. But if this one, as it was said in the chat a minute ago, if this one was the one with free retreat and it was Brooklet Hill searchable, that would be pretty good. And then we've got some lovely full arts. We've got Palkia strutting its stuff. Dialga doing a Winnie. That looks really weird. There's the Lucario. Oh, I haven't talked about the Lucario. So this Lucario, 210 HP. 1 fighting energy does 30 damage plus 90 more if you evolved this turn. So that's 120 for 1, very similar to Galissapod, but a fighting type, which means it's knocking out Zoroark, which is cool. It's got Mad Bull GX as a GX attack, and then fighting colorless for 130. I think the card's pretty good. I don't think the card is insane. It probably fits in Galissapod style shells. So yeah, the card is probably going to push Lycanroc variants out and Lucario variants in, because I think it's a better card than Lycanroc. Though Bloodthirsty Eyes is really good. But yeah, I think this card will definitely see play. It's got a lot to it. The Ganondorf looks weird. Gold Beast Ring. Gold Energy Recycler. That looks really nice. And Gold Frying Pan. Zoro Lucario boys, yeah. Some of you thought it was Loki butt cheeks. Dialga, my beautiful Dialga. We've got the... Wait, this is a new card. Oh, these are new cards. Cool. Jupiter. Gnaw does 10 damage. Spiderweb means they can't retreat. That's not great. Arachnid. Bubble, 30 damage. If heads, your opponent is now paralyzed. Bubble Trap, do 40 damage. If any of your Pokemon used Bubble last turn, this attack does 80 more damage. The Synergy. Oh, boy. Synergy. Bubble Trap. For the Choice Band, that's doing 120, 150, 210. 210. Bam. Look at that Synergy. Yeah, this card's still not great, though. Because you need 2 waters. And you're weak to grass. It's probably quite a good water type attacker, though. One step closer to a Arachnid box. Yeah, 210's a good number, but you kind of need the paralysis to not get knocked out. So it's probably not great. And then Mesprit, Silence Wave. If you have Azelf in play, your opponent's Pokemon have no resistance. Mind Splash for a DC does 20 damage, and if Uxie is on your bench, this attack does 50 more damage. Again, pretty underwhelming. It doesn't even one-shot a Buzzwole with a Choice Band, so you're never really going to see it as a Buzzwole counter anyway. So yeah. And finally, Ultra Necrozma GX. Bam! Look at this guy. Chicken Nuggets. Chicken Nuggets GX. Now, for the first time, this GX card only has 2 lines of text. Which is different, because they usually have attack or ability attack GX attack or attack GX attack. This one only has attack GX attack. I'm not sure why. But hey. Dragon type, 190 HP. Pretty good start. Weak to Fairy. Not ideal, but who cares about being a Fairy anymore. Retreat 2 again. Cool. Cool Peter on Jack. Photon Geyser. Psychic Metal does 20 damage. Discard all basic Psychic Metal Psychic cards. Energy from this Pokemon. This is 80 more damage for each energy discarded this way. So if you're discarding 2, you're doing 180 for 2, which is pretty good. However, you need 3 energy, so it's technically 180 for Psychic Metal. And when you have that, when you think about it in that way, that's a lot worse. This is a really good attacker in Metagross decks. Because you can discard them and then reattach them with Metagross. You can be doing 240 a turn. 260 a turn, sorry, which is really good. So yeah, I actually think this card's okay. I don't think it's awful. I think it will see play in some. I think it's the new frontman of Metal decks or Metagross decks. They are getting Dustmane Necrozma. That does 220 for 4. This technically does 224 as well. 260 for 4. Has the same HP, debatably a better weakness, probably a worse GX attack though. The GX attack, Destructive Light GX for Psychic Metal. This attack can only be used if there are 6 or less total prize cards remaining in place. That's 6 or less between you and your opponent. Place 6 damage counters on each of your opponent's Pokemon. So yeah, it's not amazing, but you're able to set up multiple things. You can take knockouts that you haven't been able to take earlier on in the game, perhaps. If you're just discarding the 1 energy per turn, with Photon Geyser you're doing 130. So 130 plus Destructive Light is 190, which is a pretty good number to hit right now, provided you've got a choice band on for the Photon Geyser attack. So yeah, it's not awful. I think it's the front man of Metagross now, even over Duskmane. I think in general this is probably better. But yeah, it's an interesting card. It looks fake. It honestly looks fake. But yeah, it's cool. And Mysterious Treasure, or Mystery Treasure, sorry. Discard a card from your hand in order to play this card. Search your deck for a Psychic or Dragon Pokemon. Reveal it and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your deck. This is an Ultra Ball for a Lele, but you only discard 1 card instead of 2. That's really good. I think this card will see a decent amount of play simply because you can get Lele with it. That's really, really good. Because you can get Lele with it, it has the potential in any deck. I don't think it will see play in every deck because Ultra Ball is a universal search card. But I think in Psychic decks and Dragon decks, this is a fantastic card to use. And it's even better that it synergizes with Lele as well. So yeah, it's a really, really cool card for those decks. And the art is also really cool. It's got the Psychic Eye and then the Dragon here as well. So yeah, that's all of the new cards. A little bit of information about the set in general. The set is named Forbidden Light. This guy is the main guy, Ultra Necrozma. Whoa. Because of the brightness, I can't see any of these wings here, but if I'm looking at my other screen on the stream, I can. Haha. Hits shelves on May the 4th. Japan will see it on March the 2nd. The English set will feature Ultra Necrozma GX, Lucario GX, Greninja GX, Zygarde GX, Yveltal GX, Naganadel GX, Volcanion, and Arceus Prism Star. Over 130 cards, including 5 Prism Stars, 8 Pokemon GX, 6 Ultra Beasts, 15 Trainers, and 2 Special Energy. And will be a combination of Ultra Force and Forbidden Light. So, yeah. It's pretty cool. The set will have a Kalos theme. Yeah, that's pretty cool stuff, I think. This is also something we should chat about. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then the final thing I wanted to look at today, before getting back to some Pokemon for the last half an hour, is this Cyrus thing. So, originally, Cyrus stated that you had to have a psychic, or sorry, not a metal or water type in the active to use this card, and you would only be able to use the card if that was the case. However, the English translation or the English image of the card now says you just have to have a psychic, or sorry, a metal or water Pokemon in play. That makes the card so much better because you can run Octillery, and if you're running Octillery, you can run this card. And a lot of decks are running Octillery right now. So, what does this mean? This means the card is, one, much better because you don't need to have the Octillery in the active position, which means I think pretty much any deck that's running Octillery will probably run this card because you don't need to meet the condition. Actually, no, that's not true at all because there's a lot of metal decks that aren't running this card anyway. But it does make the card better. I, however, do believe it has been misprinted, and we will very quickly get an errata saying you have to have a metal or water Pokemon in the active. Just because the card is incredibly strong if you don't, and according to the Japanese translation, that's what it should be, and as far as I know, that's what the Japanese have been playing with. So it would be weird for them to have the errata rather than us. So I think we will get the errata. Check the note at the bottom. Yeah, I've just read this now. So it looks like the English translators have mistranslated it. It's got a little bit about the battle area, which is the part that was translated. But yeah, essentially we'll find out at the weekend whether this was the actual printed version or whether there was an errata before this was sent to the printers. I expect this will be the one that's printed, because if it was errated, then they wouldn't have this image anymore, I would expect, or they would have the errated image, so they wouldn't ever upload this image. So I expect at pre-releases, when you see this card, it will say this line of text instead of the correct line of text. But I do also believe this will get an errata very quickly to the correct translation, to therefore mean that it can only be played if you have a metal or water Pokemon in the active position instead of on your board. So yeah, I think yeah, that's probably what will be the case. I need to look at all of these and work out a set list at some point. But yeah, that's all the news for today. So let's get back to doing some Pokemon stuff quickly. The last half an hour. See what people think. Play it this weekend while it's busted to win pre-releases. It's pretty good at the moment. Okay. What are we doing? What were we doing? Let's not play any more Sylveon now. Let's play some Buzzwole. It's real quiet now. Luke's gone. Come back, Luke. Not Scottish Bonobo is now hosting. Thank you very much. Okay, we're gonna pull this in. We have no. I wonder how. What the pull rates of this will be. Hopefully, it's not too bad. Oh, I'm using the wrong energy. Gross. This hand is so bad. I'm going to have to lay for N here. I also don't have good Rockruffs at the moment. I need to get some. Aha, thank you, friend. Da, 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 da. One GUR is 2 promo Rockruffs. That's really good to know. Awesome. I might see if I can get one then. Here's your obligatory Buzzwole Jank hand. Yeah, this can get end straight away. Oh, we can't retreat, but we could get some max elixirage. Do we want to do this yet? Doing these now just opens us up to him getting max elixirs and Guzmering me up and knocking me out. So I think I'm actually better off not doing it immediately. Doing it next turn. Rayman Sycamore's there. That's not about pricing no more. Yeah, I thought they'd be like 3 or 4 packs each because they're a promo. All in, boys. All in. He's got Rockruffs, that's not fair. Outcast has 1 GR for 2. Nice. Going for a jet punch of his own there. So if we N, okay, so we're going to Lycan Rock, grab this. We're then going to do this. We're then going to do this and this. For this. And then we'll do this. And I'm actually gonna do this, I think, because we can always do 190 with Jet Punch, with Knuckle Impact plus Choice Band. Whereas if we can start taking away his Remoraid, it's pretty good. Won a game just because I had Corner, so I'm Team Corner. Yeah, Corner's good in its own right, I must admit. Oh, I definitely need to... He absorptions here. So I need to hit an elixir. Gone through 2. Oh, he ends us as well, which means we need to hit a float stone as well. Should have put that float stone down. Aha! Excellent news. Let's go for it, boys. This is our last N, right? This is our last N. YOLO. Oh, I'm such a fool. I knew I didn't have it in deck. I still... We don't count that game. We don't count that game because I was a moron. I knew it wasn't in deck because I'd just done a deck search. Ah, right. Let's get promo roughs anyway. YOLO indeed. Not the right one. Not the right one. That is the right one, but that's 2 packs. Not the right one. 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 These could be more difficult to get than I thought. Can filter promo. Yeah, I guess I could. It's also in this, right? Wait, what? I have 4? Oh, boy! Oh, it's all going to be okay, friends. I had 4. Get these dudes out of here. Oh, hello, friends. Haha. Also got 2 of these. I don't like split arts. All planned, boys. Da da da. Jimmy. Excellent news. Let's hit a Zoroark deck. Let's start getting some wins rather than losses. Let's remember the deck only plays 1 Lele. Did you know if you hold control and click on a card you put 4 in at a time? I did not know that. That's really useful to know. Mirror match. Pretty sure they're playing Garb, however. I think I only remember seeing fighting and psychics. Mismatching floats. Yeah, I do have mismatching floats as well. Hello! Hello there, friends. This is Joe's secret deck. It might be. Gang of Buzzwole. Alright, let's stop these things from ever becoming a problem. Oh look, it's better Decidueye. Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball Candy Gengar? Floating a blower. Ooh, that's a sinister fog right there. Whoa, he didn't attach the creep show. Okay. He's attached for turn here, so I just do 30 here now. 100 left. He plays counter energy, I'm almost certain. So I can't knock anything out straight away. Having resistance is annoying. I can Bloodthirsty Eyes next turn, it's fine. Nintendo Labo trailer. I have not. That's a rainbow energy. 90. 110 left. N here would be annoying. But we didn't play any cards as an energy, so hopefully he doesn't think to N. Or they go for the N even though I didn't play a card. able to start knocking us out soon, so we need to start building up the pressure, I think. Just needs energy and he can sinister. He can creep show me next turn. So only just active. Which means you just need to poke this one again. Next turn we can knock both of them out in one turn. If we can find a strong energy. And a Guzma. Which we did. $30, $50, $60, $40, $110, $130. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Whoops, that was pretty bad. I'm so bad. Oh well, we're taking out both the Gengars this turn. Oh, both the Ghastlies, sorry. He's taking one prize. We're taking two. He's taking one, we're taking two. He's bridging again, so he's going to get two Ghastlies. Two Ghastlies is fine. Oh, he got nothing. Okay. I think we were definitely going to win that game anyway. Even if they did get two more Ghastlies. Interesting. Four chests. Very good. Let's get one more game and then I'll do some pack openings to finish things off. Oh, I haven't had a drink all stream. Very thirsty. I've got chocolate down here. Let's have some chocolate. Other sweets are available. That was louder than I was hoping it was going to be. A1 Mulligan is good, and Brooklet Start is good as well. Pretty good starting hand. All we need now is a draw supporter next turn. Sylveon with, or Eevee with thingy sleeves, yeah. So this is Sylveon. Oh wait, Max. I know who this is, and I know what they're playing. Huh. Nice to see you again, Max. At least we have an energy. So we're going to be doing 50. Kind of want a Sycamore here. Unfortunately, we've lost this game, but still. Very good. Very good. It's actually the second energy there. Interesting. I think I ever would have attached the second energy there. I think I would have evolved the bench. Don't want to bench this because that's how I lose this game. Plus the 40 damage is no difference to 30 here. Oh, he does like retreating with this deck though. I know he likes retreating out of damage. He plays it differently to me, so... He also may not have had any Sylveons left in deck. Very good. Very good. Oh dear, oh dear. Okay, let's get one more game in. Sylveon games don't count, says the Sylveon player. Okay, not a Sylveon. Good. This looks like it could be Vikabulu. I would expect Vikabulu from those 4 types. Rebalele. I'm not going to bench this until I know what we're playing against for sure. Getting an early poke on this is always good. Means that we need a lot less to be able to one-shot his Vikavolt later on after we've Bloodthirsty Eyes them. Always heads with that small fat Pikachu. Yeah, this coin's cool. Bulu. He's done the correct thing in getting 3 Grubbins out, I think. Seems correct to me. We want to get another Buzzwole out, I think, because we want to be able to knock out a Bulu if we can. Could have potentially got a Rockruff there, so we can knock it out with Lycanroc as well. This is fine. Vikavolt? Oh, Lele. Okay. I was going to say, if he's getting a Vikavolt here, his hand is Candy Vikavolt and then all in on Instruct. That's insane. All in 1 million. Skylar. Maybe he has the Vikavolt and he's going for the... Maybe it is still this play. He has the yeah, he has the Vikavolt. He just doesn't need the candy. Bam. Sorry, he just needed the candy. Bam. Should evolve this one, I think. That's the correct one to evolve. Yeah. So we need to do 80 damage. We're currently doing 50, 60. So we do need 1 poke. 1 poke could take him to 120 HP. So we need to do 60 damage at that point. So yeah, we should poke this guy. Float Stone Energy. So if I now Guzma this and poke this, he can't Tapu Wilderness to protect himself. And he's stuck with a dead card in his hand. So he has to either discard the energy or Tapu Wilderness and not knock me out. And if he doesn't knock me out, that's fine too. What does he even do here? No play here is good for him, I don't think. He's going to Nature's Judgment. I play Acerola, dude. Wait, what? Oh, wait, no, Nature's Judgment is the one I think it is. Sorry, my bad. Okay, that makes it so much easier to knock him out next turn. 30, 50, 60, 130, 150. If we get choice band, we can do some damage. End the Tapu Bulu out of his hand. We can choice band, do 30 to this as well. 3 prizes at once. I'm right there, aren't I? 30, 40, 60, 80, 110. Yeah. Yeah, that seems good. Seems very good. Seems very good indeed. So now he needs Bulu Choice Band energy to knock me out. Rare Candy, Vikavolt, which means he just needs Bulu Choice Band to knock me out. Which he should hit. I'm surprised he went straight for the Sycamore there. He could have milled more cards. I think it would have actually been better to discard 3 cards, get the Bulu, double strong charge, and then draw 3 cards. You still have a lot of outs at that point. And that would have been good. You can do 160 with Lele, 180 with Lele. No, he can knock me out with Lele. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he can knock me out with Lele. So I just need to find a... Wait, he's not knocking me out with Lele, right? He needed 1 more energy. No? I feel like he needed 1 more energy. $80, 100, 120, 140, 170. Yeah, he needed 1 more energy. So has he discarded? Yeah, he may have discarded 1 too many. Whiff. So we can Knuckle Impact for knockout, or we can't Absorption GX unless we use the Choice Band. If we Absorption GX and use the Choice Band, we die to pretty much anything next turn anyway, so we may as well Knuckle Impact. Still have a lot of outs to stuff. I shouldn't have attached this float, I think. This is Choice Band, sorry. So now I've done this, I should Absorption. Ends me to 1. It's pretty good for him. Remove in stadium and play down another Brooklyn. Yeah, I could have done that actually. Wow. I did a Joe draw, guys. I drew like Joe. 1 in 33. I did it. I did it, Mum. Is this what Joe feels like? Doing these things. It's rude. It's just rude. Whoops. Nicely drawn. 30, 50, 60. We knocked this out, right? This could be... Yeah, okay, cool. We did it. Awesome. Da 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 da. Oh, we even completed our daily challenge. Da 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 da. Well, let's do this. Let's open some packs to finish the stream off. Packs. Let's put a Decidui. No, that's not what Decidui. Let's open these boxes as well. Pangoro. Armor Star break. Oh, Rev bodybuilding dumbbells. Da 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 da. And Eradicate. Right, that'll be it for today, guys. Thanks for joining me. Latest game, I don't understand. I was thinking, how can I play get boosted packs on easy way? The ladder is really good for getting good cards. Just keep playing the ladder. And also buying codes is another good one. Buying codes is really good. These packs here are always worth sort of a decent amount. And yeah, buy the code cards. It's always good as well. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Cheers for a good week. I'm sure Joe will be back next week with our final live stream before Leipzig. Hopefully we'll have some solid deck ideas by then. Maybe one of us will do a gauntlet or something. I do not know. But yeah, either way, cheers for joining me, guys. Thanks for a good week. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week.